Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Alicia and I'm back with another DIY video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these memorial or rest in peace or heavenly birthday fans. Okay, however, whatever occasion you want to make it for, when to celebrate somebody that has passed on, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these fans. These fans came out really cute. It's a new template that I've just added to my website. I made it in a bunch of different colors, but if there is a color that you want but you don't see on the website, definitely reach out to me in the chat with us section on the website and let me know, and I can go ahead and add that particular color for you. So yeah, so these fans came out really cute. I did this in memorial of Shanquella. Shanquella was a young lady that was killed on vacation very tragically. I will leave the link to her story down below. There has not been any justice served in her case yet, so definitely want to keep on bringing awareness to this tragedy. So like always, if you want to make this the same way that I've made it, head out to my website at creativecraftingllc.com. I'll go ahead and leave the link down below for you guys, and I'll also leave the coupon code. Right now I have a buy two graphics or buy two templates get one free, buy two graphics get one free, however you want to call it. So we're going to go scroll down to where it says celebration of life, and that's where you'll find my designs. Now I am always putting up the new designs every single week, so as you keep checking, you'll see more designs added. But the one we're going to use in this video is the one at the very top. It's called Hot Pink Wing Clouds Fan. And this is a zip file. It's JPG form, and it's going to be 3 images in the zip file, okay? So when you go ahead and check out, it's going to be an instant download. So you'll see you'll see a download box on your checkout, and make sure you put the correct email because they'll also send you a download link to your email as well. Now that I have downloaded the file, I went ahead and I opened up the folder, and I'm going to show you guys each image in the folder. And you want to save each image one by one. So that's the first image, which is the front of the fan with the wings. Then I have another front of the fan without the wings. Then I have the back of the fan. Now you don't have to flip or mirror the back of the fan. It's already made to fit the front, the way that you print it, the way that it's printed. Okay, so you don't have to flip anything or change anything or resize anything. Keep in mind, if you resize the front of the fan, you'll have to resize the back of it. So it's best to keep it sized the way that it is. So I'm going to show you guys how to edit these and how to add it. I have to add pictures and text to it using PicMonkey. If you're a Canva girl, go ahead and use Canva. You can even use Microsoft Word, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this using PicMonkey. PicMonkey usually offers a 7-day free trial. Since I have an account, I'm going to go ahead and log in. Once I log into my PicMonkey, I'm going to go to where it says Create New, then to where it says Blank Canvas. Once I get to Blank Canvas, I'm going to scroll down to where it says Print Sizes, and the print size that I'm going to use is 11 by 8.5 inch. It's going to be landscape, okay? 11 by 8.5 inch. You have 8.5 by 11, and you have 11 by 8.5 inch. For these fans, you use 11 by 8.5 inch, okay? Once you click on that, it's going to open you up to a blank sheet of paper that measures 11 by 8.5 inch, which is regular printing size, a regular size of printing paper. Then we're going to go to the top menu where it says add image, and we're going to add the images that we're going to use in this fan. Now, of course, we're going to add our fan templates, which is going to be the front of the fan and the back of the fan. And I'm going to add the images of Shanquella that I'm going to be using on the front and back of this fan. So on the front of our fan, I'm going to click that once, and that's going to transfer over into the center of our blank template. Looks just like this, okay? Like I said, please don't resize, because if you resize the front, you have to resize the back. So once the template of the fan pops up into the center, I'm going to go ahead and now add our images and our text. So I clicked on a picture of her that I think will look very nice in the front of the fan. I went ahead and made it bigger. Then I went to the scissor at the scissor menu on the scissor icon on the menu. That's the remove background feature that PicMonkey has. Canva has it as well, okay? And so does Photoscape and a lot of other softwares, a lot of editing software. So I'm sorry, please excuse my dog in the background. But yeah, but I went ahead and removed the background. Then I'm going to go ahead and size it, and I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow around her. I think adding shadows around images and around text makes everything pop out more on whatever you're editing, okay? So I went ahead and just remove her background and add a shadow behind her, and that's all that I did. So now I'm going to go ahead and go over to text, and I think the text that I'm going to use is called La Curly. I wanted to do her name like a scripted type of look, so I'm just going to go ahead and add her name Or you know what? I'll go ahead and add Justice for Shanquella because Justice still has not been served in this case, which is unfortunate. But I'm just going to go ahead and put Justice for Shanquella at the top of this fan, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and expand it. I think because there's so much pink in the template, I'm going to go ahead and probably do like a purple for her for the caption, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a white outline around that, and of course I'm going to drop a shadow around that as well, just to make it stand out on the fan, okay? And I want to also curve it. When you go into text, they have this feature that you guys can see called curve text, and that'll let you curve the text, you know, like move it into a, like basically shape it, give it like a rounded shape, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to stretch my text to make it larger, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep on playing with the curvature a little bit to get it curved around her and around the wings the way that I want it to look, okay? But you can go ahead and play around with PicMonkey. You don't have to add one picture. You can add more than one picture to the front. But because I chose to use the front of the fan with the angel wings, I felt like adding one picture to the front would be fitting, okay? But you can add more than one if you want to, or you don't have to use the front of the fan with the wings. You can use the front of the fan without the wings, okay? If that's better for you guys. But yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and just play with that and edit it a little bit more. You guys can watch me and look at where my mouse moves so you guys can kind of pick up on things you can do to really enhance your pictures or your templates. So yeah, once I finish with that, I'm just going to go ahead to the top menu where it says download, and I'm going to download this and print this. And I'm printing these on white cardstock. You don't use regular printed paper, guys. You only use cardstock. You can even use glossy paper because it's thicker than, it's almost as thick as cardstock, but you want to use a thicker form of paper. So you always use like a white cardstock or a glossy paper. I got this cardstock from Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. It was a cheap brand, cheap version. It was like $5 for the whole pack of like 50 or probably even 100. So yeah, so I'm using regular white cardstock to print these on. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this and save this, and I'm gonna go ahead and print that. And I believe I printed this on my inkjet. Not 100% sure. A lot of these videos I've made a while ago and I'm just getting to editing them, but I think I printed this one on my inkjet. So now that I finished that, I went ahead and opened up to another sheet of paper that's 11 by 8.5 inch, and we're gonna go ahead and start on the back of our fan, okay? So I went ahead and clicked the back of the fan, and I'm gonna go ahead and add her images, and I'm gonna add her name to the back of this as well. So I'm not gonna do too much talk. I'm just gonna let you guys watch me edit this. Like I said, go ahead and watch where my mouse clicks so you guys can see and get an understanding of how to do this. So I basically added her name to the back, and then I went ahead and put two more pictures of her on the back as well, okay? And that's basically all that I did. Check out my freebie section on the website where I do have some free images, like I have Black Jesus. I have I believe I have Rest Peacefully, like in gold font. I have a couple of things that you guys can add to your memorial designs if you guys can't find certain images. Like I do have some more smaller angel wings. I do have the doves on there too. So just definitely check out my freebie section on my website if you're going to be ordering or purchasing some memorial templates, because you can also add those images to your templates as well, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and finish editing this out. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and add two images. I'll put one image on each side of the fan, and of course we're going to go ahead and remove that background. Now, one thing that I would say, I believe you have to pay for the membership with PicMonkey in order to use the remove background feature. That's like an added feature to the people that have memberships, but I believe this is about $7 to 8, maybe about $8 a month, okay? Which is not bad at all, especially if you're going to be in the habit of editing and making things, you know, consistently. Then you definitely want to have either this or Canva, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and finish editing. I removed the background. I believe I'm going to add a shadow around each of the pictures. And then that's it. I might even fade out the pictures a little bit because they also have a fade feature where you can make the pictures, you know, like kind of fade into the clouds if, you know, just kind of make it look more heavenly, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. Then we're going to go ahead and print this as well. And I'll come back and show you guys how they look once they're printed. Okay, Okay, guys, so now that I went ahead and printed them on white cardstock, this is how they printed out. And please excuse my voice. I'm sorry. My throat has been hurting really bad. I call like a small cold. And please excuse my footage as well because sometimes I forget to wipe off my camera lens before I film. I don't know how and I don't know why. Like, how could you forget to do that if you're filming? But sometimes I do forget. So I'm realizing now by looking at the footage, I did not clean my camera lens. So please forgive it. And not cleaning the camera lens makes you guys not be able to see really the color and like the wildness of the fans because they printed off so nice. That pink just completely pops, but I wish I would have cleaned off my lens. You guys would have a better view. Like my camera is already not the best, and not cleaning off the lens makes it 10 times worse, okay? But this is how they printed out. This is the back of the fan, and the other one was the front, and they printed out beautifully. The cardstock prints out very well. You don't have to use expensive cardstock or expensive photo paper, guys. Just basic paper that you can get at Walmart. You guys can use, okay? Especially if this is like a last minute project that you want to do. You can use basic supplies, and these still come out real nice. So, other than the cardstock, what you're gonna need is some wooden fan handles, some popsicle sticks, of course, a glue gun and some glue sticks. I got like a big scissor and a small scissor, but just the big scissor by itself will do. I'm also going to add some ribbon around the fan handle, so you guys can also use like a 1 inch thick ribbon. To me, it's best to use 1 inch thick. Don't use anything wider. The 1 inch size ribbon is easy to work with when it comes to doing these fans. Okay, and this is an option. You don't have to wrap the fan handle with ribbon, but I think to give it an extra, extra niceness, just a little embellishment, it's cute to really add the ribbons at the on the fan handle. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out the front and the back of the fan. If you want to cut this out using your cutting machine, go ahead. You'll have to change the image over into a cut file and cut it out. But to be honest with you guys, it don't really make any sense because the fans are so big. Just go ahead and cut them out by hand. So here's the front of the fan and here's the back of the fan after I cut them out. Super super cute. Like I said, I wish I had cleaned off my lens because it really is a lot nicer than what is showing in the footage. It came out really 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 nice. So yeah, so now we're just gonna go ahead and we're going to assemble these. Or you know what, I'll probably cut the ribbon out first to show you guys how to do that before I put the actual fan together. But just putting it together in my hand, so this is how it's going to look, the front and the back, and we have to make sure to line it up correctly when we put it together. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on. Here's the ribbon that I'm gonna be using. It's 1 inch. It's like a hot pink. And okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and work on the ribbon first. So to make the bow of the fan, I went ahead and cut two pieces of ribbon that's 7 inches long. Okay, so each of those pieces are 7 inches long. Then I have two smaller pieces that's 3 inches, and that's gonna be for the tails of our bow. Okay, then I have a small piece that's like 2 inches. That's gonna go as the wrap around the bow. Okay, so it's best to not try to put the ribbon around the handle and make a bow because it's going to come out really messy looking. So the way that I'm doing it, by cutting out small pieces and putting it together, this is the best way of how to make a bow for the fan handle, and it looks good. So first we're going to start off with our 7 inch pieces, and we're going to fold those completely in half. Then all that foam line, you're going to go ahead and put some glue from that glue gun, and then you're basically going to fold down each side into the center of that ribbon where that fold line is. Okay, so I went ahead and folded down or glued down one side, and we're going to go ahead and add some more glue, and we're going to go ahead and glue the other side like right on top of that or right directly next to it. Okay, super simple, super easy. Like I said, it's best to do it this way rather than trying to wrap the ribbon around the fan handle and try to make a bow, because that's going to be too messy and you're going to get aggravated. Unless you're a perfect bow maker, then go ahead. But for my people that don't make perfect bows, this is the best way to do it. So now I went ahead and glued the center of that and folded that, and then we're going to go ahead and glue the side corners as well. You don't have to, you can leave it just like that, that's fine, but I like to give my bows like an extra wildness. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue down the tips of that bow. Okay, just go ahead and put some glue and just kind of fold over the tip and bend it towards the middle. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other side as well. I don't know. My neighbors, I don't know what they're cooking, but there's like a really good aroma of food coming through my vent. You know, I hate when that happens because I just ate, but now smelling that makes me want to go ahead and eat again. It's like I already ate dinner, now I want to eat more dinner. So weird, but that happens all the time. Like if you have an apartment, let me know. Like whatever your neighbors in front of you or next to you, whenever they cook, that smell comes over into your vent. Especially what makes it worse is when they burn the food because you get all that burn smell. Oh my God, I really, really hate that. I really, really hate that. If you experience that, if you live in an apartment and you experience that, definitely let your girl know. I know it's not just me, but whatever they're cooking over there, I want to go over there and knock on the door and ask for a plate because that thing smells too good. It smells too good. But yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and work on our 3 inches, our ribbons that we cut 3 inches. So I just went ahead and cut the tip of it into like a diagonal shape, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my heat, take a lighter, and go ahead and just run that across to kind of heat seal the end of it. Now, one thing I would say, it is better to cut the tips after you put this on the fan handle, okay? Don't cut it before like I'm doing right here in the video. Cut it after, okay? Because you want to cut the diagonal. You want to cut the tips in the same, in opposite directions, if that makes sense, okay? But yeah, so now that we went ahead and did that, we're going to go ahead and start to assemble our fan, okay? And then we're going to put the bows pieces aside because we're going to put that after we assemble the fan, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab the back of my fan and the front of my fan, and we're going to go ahead and put this fan together. And this is super simple and super easy to put together, guys, as long as you have the tools that you need. So you, like I said, once again, you have your your wooden fan handles, your popsicle sticks, and your glue gun, and that's all you need. And I'm going to use some Scotch tape. Some people you can skip this step, but I think it helps keep the fan aligned before you start to glue. So basically, I'm just using my Scotch tape and rolling it around in a circle so that way it's sticky all the way around. I'm gonna put a few pieces on the inside of that fan, okay? So on the back of the fan, we turn it over on the white side. Go ahead and put a few pieces of that tape, okay? At the top part and at the bottom part of our fan handle. This will help us with lining up the fan so that when we do start to put our glue, it's not moving around so that we get an even lineup, okay? Or as even as possible. So go ahead and line up and be careful with this step. Don't rush it. It's okay. Remember, things take time, okay? Perfection takes time. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to make you some nice fans, okay? So go ahead and try to line it up directly on top of the other, and just you can go ahead and turn around to the back to make sure that it's lined up. Now, how you know it's lined up correctly is when you don't have too much white overlapping on the front or the back. If you see too much white overlapping, go ahead and reline that up. Now, because it's tape in the inside, when you pull it apart, don't pull it hard because remember, this is still paper and it will tear, okay? But if you don't like the way that it's lined up, you can go ahead and unattach it and you can go ahead and reline it. Now that I got that line up perfect, I'm going to go ahead and start to glue at the top part of our fan. And that's the only place I'm going to glue for right now. We leave the bottom part open because remember we have to put our fan handle and our popsicle sticks inside of the fan. So I'm only gluing the very top part where her name is and those fan points are is where I'm going to glue, and only that part alone, okay? So I'm only gluing the top part and that's it. And you don't have to put a whole lot of glue, just put enough to where you know it's going to seal it and it's not going to open back up. Of course it won't, because when glue gun sticks, it sticks, especially when it comes to using paper or felt or any type of like crafting material. Glue gun is a very strong hold, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and keep on doing that all the way around, but only at the top part of our fan. Then after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open up the bottom part and we're going to put in our fan handle and our popsicle sticks. Guys, one thing that I would also share is do not skip the popsicle stick step. Some people don't feel like they have to use it, but you need to use it because popsicle sticks help the fan be sturdy in the inside, which means that when you fan the fan, because it's an actual fan that you can use. If you're having like a ceremony outside, especially with it being warm weather, people can use this as an actual fan. And the popsicle sticks help the fan to not be flimsy. You know what I mean? It helps it be sturdy. And people also would like to use these as well as like souvenirs or keepsakes, you know, so you want to give them like something that's, you know, sturdy, something that won't fall apart the day after they get it. You know what I mean? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up that bottom, and you don't have to remove the tape. I'll just go ahead and glue right on top of the tape, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and stick our fan handle in the bottom. Now, as you can see, if you're watching carefully, I put this fan handle in uneven. I wasn't paying attention the way that I should have, and that fan handle is in there very uneven. It's slanted. I really should have put it straighter than that, but it's okay, guys. Make sure you take your time, pay attention, and put that fan handle directly in the center. Don't make it crooked like mine. This was a complete accident, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the popsicle sticks right above that fan handle, okay? You want to put it right above, as close to the top part of the fan as you can, okay? And space it out so that there's enough space in between. So it's basically one popsicle stick on each side of the center of that fan, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead and add some glue, and we're gonna go ahead and stick them right back in. So you're basically putting them like in a V shape inside the fan, okay? And after putting those sticks in there, that's basically it for the formation of the fan. Now you can stop right there and you can leave your fan just like that, which is perfect. Of course, you'll have to glue it all the way around to close it, but then that's all you have to do. You don't have to add the ribbon, but I'm going to also show you guys how to add the ribbon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this all the way around, and I'm going to come back and show you guys how we add our ribbon bow to our fan. So now that I went ahead and glued our fan all the way around, it's basically finished, and this is how it looks all the way around. Like I said, please ignore the fact that my fan handle is crooked. Now I'm going to go up close so you guys can see there is a little bit of white overlapping. That's why it's very important that you line these up properly before you glue. But it's okay. You could just go ahead and cut off that little bit of white overlapping. And I'm probably going to go ahead and do that off camera. But okay, now we're going to go ahead and start on our bow. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that small piece that is about, I want to say about 2-inch piece of ribbon, and we want to go ahead and wrap that around and just go ahead and glue that down, okay? You can make I'm sorry. You can make that piece longer if you want to, but I want to say about no more than 3 inches is long enough. And then just go ahead and curve that and wrap it around the handle and go ahead and glue that into place. That's basically going to mimic, it's going to make it look like we actually took the ribbon and wrapped it around the handle and made a bow. That's basically what that is, okay? You can skip that step, but I think it makes the bow look more realistic when we do add a piece of ribbon around the handle. After doing that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our bow tails, and then we're going to add the heads of our bow. To me, I found that pinching or folding the top part of the bow tails is actually the best way to glue them down on the handle. And the reason why I wanted you guys to cut the bow tails after you glue them down is because of this reason alone. It's because for the ends of the bow tail to match each side, if that makes sense. But they both have to go in opposite directions for it to look right. You know what I mean? So yeah, so you guys can cut the ends of those bow tails after you glue them. But I just went ahead and folded down the top part, put some glue on there, and then we're gonna go ahead and glue each one of these tails the to the center, to the top part of our fan handle, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and fold down the other side and glue that, and then we're going to go ahead and glue that to the handle as well. But this is very, very easy. Basically, it's like self-explanatory. You don't really need me to direct you guys on it. You guys can just watch it, and you guys can figure out how to do it just by looking at me doing it. It's super, super simple. And like I said, you don't have to put the ribbon bow on the fan handle, but I think that it looks a lot nicer with the ribbon bow, okay? So yeah, so even so far with just the tails on there, it looks nicer already. Just to give a little bit of extra embellishment, you can cut your tails shorter if you want to. It's really up to you, to each his own. Go ahead and design your fans the way you want to, play around. Just make it you know, or make it, for the person that you're celebrating. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to go ahead and now we're going to glue down each of our bow heads to the top part where we put our bow tails. Okay, we want to try to cover up as much as the center part of that ribbon as possible. Okay, if you want to use a thinner ribbon for the center part, go ahead and do that. Okay, just make sure it's the same color, of course, as the rest of your bow. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down, and that's basically it. And I'm going to also go ahead and add an embellishment to the center. Now Walmart's, I think the embellishment that I got it from Amazon, but of course Walmart has some cheap embellishments in the craft section, some rhinestones and things that you can use to add to your craft. So definitely, if you are making this, like I said, on a last minute, you can definitely find the cardstock, some embellishments, and of course your ribbon. Everything is available at Walmart. The only thing that's probably not at Walmart is the wooden fan handles, which I got from Amazon, and I'm going to link it down below. And if you get your products through Amazon Prime, which is what I do, it'll be at your doorstep within about two days or less. Or sometimes you can even get stuff the same day. Okay? So yeah, so I went ahead and used a glue gun to glue down my embellishment, but you don't want to use a glue gun when it comes to gluing your embellishments. So I only did that because of the sake of the video, and I couldn't find my E6000 glue. But definitely, if you're going to do this and you're going to add an embellishment to it, do not use a glue gun because the embellishment is going to fall off before the end of the day. I kid you not. You want to use E6000 glue. They also have that available at Walmart. And after you put the E6000 glue on that embellishment and you put it on the bow, you want to go ahead and put something on top of that to kind of hold it down until the glue dries, because unfortunately, unlike the glue gun, the E6000 glue does take like maybe an hour or longer for it to cure. So you want to put something on top of it so that it can secure that embellishment in place. But do not use a glue gun for that embellishment, okay? And these are how our fans turned out. They turned out beautifully. Like I said, I wish that I had cleaned off my camera lens because you guys can see the wowness of it. But I'm going to go ahead and add a picture if I can insert one so you guys can definitely see the color, because the color in these fans really do pop. So thank you guys for watching this video. God willing, we do get justice for Shanquilla sometime soon, hopefully before the ending of the year. God bless her family. God bless everyone that was affected by this. And if you made it to the ending of this video, like always, God bless you as well. And thank you so much for all the support. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me in the comments and let me know. All right, guys, take care. It must be made for me,